welcome to Secondhand Blasters. This is Normatico here, and today I'm going to be doing something that is completely out of my normal. I actually caught wind that the brand new Dart Zone Max Outlaw had hit the store shelves in select area targets, and I am a big fan of hammer action triggers, so I wanted to get a hold of one as quickly as possible. It took me going to a couple of stores, but I finally landed one, and here it is today, the Dart Zone Max Outlaw. This thing retails for $31.99, and I'm going to be honest with you, I think it might be worth it. Now, we're going to go ahead and actually open up this box and see what's inside. Alright, so inside the box you of course get the blaster, as well as 2 of these barrel cartridges that hold up to 6 mini darts each. So you get a total of 12 shots at any given time. Taking this barrel out, it is pretty simple. You just actually pull or push on one side, and it should pop out and then replace. It is very similar to the Deuce Pro, except you do not have to prime it in order to remove the barrel. It should pop out at any point in time. That is completely different than some of the other barrels that you see, where there's usually a button on the side that you can just flip it out, and voila. It would be nice, I'll be honest with you, if they would include something like that, because when you are involved in a Nerf battle, the last thing you want to have to worry about is pulling in and out. However, I do understand why they do it that way, because the most annoying thing to do in a Nerf battle with a revolving barrel is having to stop and reload the barrel. Now, regarding the blaster, that hammer pull, the hammer itself, it does seem to be made out of metal alloy, and you do have actual metal tubing inside the blaster itself. Let's see if we can get a good shot of that. You probably see it right there. So you're not going to have to worry about putting in a brass breech with this thing. It does come with 12 of the Ruby mini darts, which is really nice. Of course, if you do find yourself damaging those darts, you can always pick up an extra set. They usually retail at Target for as low as $13.99. Occasionally, you can find them on sale for $9.99. So they're actually not that expensive. And to be honest with you, the amount that you get, you're still paying a lot less than you would if you were shooting some of the Elite darts from Nerf. It also does come with some not safety eyewear. It does say so on the box itself, and I'll show it right here, where it pretty much tells you, warning, the eyewear is not for protective purposes. Which of course makes me wonder why they even give it to you when other similar products, well, similar in a weird way, blasters that are high performance such as the Nerf Hyper Series, they usually do provide you with some sort of face covering. That being said, when you put these on, I do apologize to your fellow glasses wearers. These do not fit over glasses, so you're going to have to either get some contacts or just go without. Of course, if you were to buy some of these, which you can get at almost any range itself, mine are a little bit dirty right now. Of course, you can wear glasses under these, and these should protect your eyes pretty well, as they have done for me several times where I've had hot brass come flying and nearly hit my face. Now, regarding this blaster itself, it does say that it can shoot up to 125 feet. We are going to test that out on the range, but first we're going to run through the chronograph and see what numbers we can get using mini Ember darts and the mini Ruby darts, and see if there's any difference. Alright, so we're back, and as you can see from the chrono, it gets the numbers that it promotes. It says it can shoot up to 125 feet, and I got 120 feet per second at one point in time, so Yeah, it should get that range. We will take it out into the range shortly. Now, this one shoots the ruby darts, the mini ruby darts, I should say. And when you fire the mini ruby darts versus the ember darts using the Outlaw, you'll see that it's pretty much the same. So the power is there. The darts, if you have a whole bunch of ember darts because you're an adventure force guy, and they're a lot easier to find those ember darts at Walmart than it is to find the mini darts at Target sometimes. You know what? That's fine. You're going to be perfectly fine because those will work wonderfully with this little blaster. One thing I did notice, and unfortunately I can't really show it to you here on camera right now, but the chamber for the Deuce Pro is not, I repeat, not compatible with the Outlaw. The Outlaw has this nice little nub right here on the back that is missing on the Deuce Pro. As such, if you try to fit the chamber into the Outlaw from the Deuce Pro, you have a big gap in the back, and yes, it will click in the front, but it'll just fishtail around in the back, and you will not be able to shoot any darts out of it. I've already tried. So, that being said, am I happy with the power that you get out of it? Absolutely. One thing I do want to point out, though, it is a hammer action, but this stretch and pull with a regular thumb is not as easy as it should be. It is not as easy as it is with, say, the Hammer Shot, with the Trailblazer, with the Sweet Revenge in the Rebel series. It is a pretty stiff pull. However, you got to think about the kind of spring that is inside of here, how far it shoots, how powerful it is. Obviously, that hammer action has got to be stiff. So, it is forgivable at that point. If you do want to dual wield this, I hope that you have strong hands and start working out that thumb pull because you're going to need it. But that said, with this blaster, it is definitely more of a secondary blaster because you only have the 6 rounds at a time. So you don't really need to dual wield it. And don't even try to do the cowboy pull here, as some people like to call it. It's just not going to work right. I will say that this metal right here is pretty comfortable. Now, let's go out to the range and just see if we can live up to the promise of up to 125 feet. All right, so we are out here on the range, and it is a little bit of windy outside, so I'm expecting these darts to actually fly a little bit to the left of those things, and I'm going to fire 6 shots. I have 2 of the Ember darts, 2 of the Dart Zone darts, as well as 2 of the Worker Mod Gen 2 darts in here, and we're going to see just which one fires the best. So I'm now going to actually go pick up my darts and just wait for the infographic. You'll see what the results are. All right, so I'm back from the range, and here are my final thoughts regarding the Dart Zone Max Outlaw. I'll be honest with you, I love this little blaster. In spite of the hammer action being really stiff, it's something that you could easily work out your thumb and correct that issue. I wish that we had a chamber that would hold more darts, but I do understand that it is a 6-shooter, and that's pretty much standard. Let's be honest with you. It does pop out a lot easier than the Deuce Pro does, which is kind of nice. But at the same time, having to pop that out and carry this when you're in the middle of a Nerf battle, not the easiest thing to do. It does get the 125 feet. I guarantee you that it will. I got 115. However, it was a very windy day outside, and the dart did get knocked to the side. So, again, I have absolute confidence that that extra 10 feet is possible with the ruby darts. If you happen to have any of the bamboo darts, Absolutely will that be possible because those are the farthest flying darts that are made. I do want to point out one thing. These are the Worker Gen 2 darts that I was discussing when I was doing the range test. They are significantly different than the other darts, mainly because they are shaped with an actual bullet slug design. What was very interesting to me was that when I went to the range test, what never happened happens, and that is that the angled shot was the same as a straight shot with these darts. I'll be honest with you, these are new darts for me to test out, and I was actually impressed. Straight shots, these went further than the Ruby darts. However, at an angled shot, it significantly lost its, I don't know, its distance compared to the Ruby darts. As I said, it went 115 feet with the Ruby darts. I got a maximum of 90 feet with the angled shot on this. So it still beat out the Ember dart, but I just find it weird. If anyone has ever experienced this with the Worker Gen 2 darts, please leave a comment because I want to actually see if this is just a one-off or if that is a known issue concerning these darts. That being said, if you are interested in getting some of those darts, you can actually find them on eBay or on Etsy. They retail for $9.99 for 200, and they ship pretty fast. So do with that what you will. Other than that, really happy with this blaster. I would actually take this one out onto a Nerf battle as a secondary without a problem compared to the Deuce Pro, mainly because of the fact that it is a much smaller form factor. You can easily fit this inside of a standard holster and not have to worry about pulling it out and it getting stuck on that extended muzzle barrel that the Deuce Pro has. That being said, the Deuce Pro does have the issue with the springs, which if you have not gotten those spring replacement yet from Dart Zone, feel free to email them, their customer service. They will send those out to you free of charge. This does not have that issue so far, at least nothing that I've seen. The only main problem is, again, that hammer pull. But this blaster, it is really comfortable to hold. It is really fun. The color scheme, it is nice. It looks really sharp. I will not have to paint this. And again, you know, some of the features on this one are just really cool to have. So you have that trigger, which is really nice. And you also have the little Dart Zone logo there on the trigger itself. So that identifies that, hey, this is a Dart Zone product, so you know it's going to be good. So that being said, again, $31.99 at Target. I do recommend you pick this one up. It is going to go off the shelves really quickly, and it's going to be hard to find soon. You've been watching Secondhand Blasters. This is Normatico speaking, and until next time, keep on blasting.